big event. It's time for me to introduce our speaker, Rochelle Cook, who I just met this morning, but I'm already impressed. I want to tell you a little bit about her. She is a clinical hypnotherapist and a consultant in spiritual psychology with a very innovative approach to healing. Her passion is helping people get to the good and find the love inside they deserve. Fairly consistent with what we do here, right? And that's what she does as her passionate purpose in life. She's known as a life changer who makes sense out of trauma, including reframing relationships with others and the self. Because, right, who's the first most important relationship? It's the relationship with ourselves. So if you're thinking about maybe not coming to the workshop because you're not in relationship, guess what? You really need to be there because it's that relationship with you, with yourself, that leads to what's next. She is known to bring expert counsel, intuitive insight, recovery action plans, routines, and resolutions to those kinds of issues. Please welcome Rochelle Cook.
I speak softly, very softly.
That's why we want this suit.
Thank you. Is that better? Thank you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to speak. Thank you. Where are you? And you. And you. For your kindness. Okay. My first question is, how many of you have suffered from maybe being in a relationship now or in the past? I love that. Thank you. Who hasn't? Oh, melted my heart. How many of you would want to improve a relationship? Me too. So I'm going to cite some statistics here, but I just want to say that the relationship that I write about in my book, and we talk a lot about, is relationships with other spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whomever. But I'm really also speaking about relationships with your children. I have a 19-year-old and my husband and I are about to kill ourselves. It's not easy. It's called patience and unconditional love. And even with life, because life isn't always so easy. And it really comes down to the relationship with yourself. It's really all there is. There really isn't much. Once you work with yourself, you can really handle anything. So, and I speak from a lot of experience because I wrote some of my stories in my book. And around relationship and childhood wasn't so hot. And then something else happened. I'll talk to you later about it. But I kind of understand it because I've been through it. And I only know what I know because I had to work through it. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. You cannot communicate with anybody until you communicate with yourself first at a very deep level, which I believe goes back into childhood. According to Tango.com, who polled over 100 mental health professionals, 65% of marriages fail because they can't communicate, right? They can't communicate with themselves, so they spill out their blah onto their partner. And what's interesting is that statistic does not include the couples that come into my office on a weekly basis. They're not married. They're not getting married at this point. They don't even live together. They've been together for, listen to this, 7 months to maybe a year and a half. And they come to me because they don't want to split up. They want their relationship to work. And there's something in the air going on, which I actually like. People want to be together. And they understand that it takes two to tango, and it does. But I just find that interesting. It's not just married couples, it's just people dating. So there's a trend going on. What we learn as children, we become as adults. When I was growing up, I felt unworthy. And I attracted people throughout my life. I don't anymore, thank goodness. I'm 53 years old. I resolved this issue a long time ago. But I attracted people in my life that resembled how I felt about myself, soiled. I had to change my perception at the root level, at the child level, what my childhood, my inner child taught me, to discover my worth. Because we're all worth everything just by being born. It's love. If we could just take away the discrimination and all the pointing the fingers and the judgments, we wouldn't have all of the trauma that we all suffer from, including war in the world. You attract the person who mirrors what it is you need to heal. Not only in relationships, but relationships are huge triggers. They're the biggest ones there are. But people you meet it through work. Your children are real good ones. Whatever you teach them, believe me, they reflect right back on you. And that's your chance to sit and think, wow, what did I do? That's level 2 of healing. Your outer reality is a perception of your inner reality. And the only way to really heal that is to become present and notice what is disturbing your peace. Big word is present. Big word is present. So I just want to read to you, better switch glasses here.